I am so excited and I'm welcoming everybody in. We are so close to New Year's as we are doing this live now. And I know a common New Year's resolution is weight loss. So I want to help support you in your weight loss goals. I want you to plan from now to feel that this is the year you are going to succeed, and that within a short period of time, you'll be on the correct pathway to success, to permanent success, to reaching your weight loss goal, to feeling increased and elevated energy, and to being rewarded with better health so that you don't have to worry about all the health problems associated with holding that extra weight. And again, I want to welcome the people joining us in. I'm so excited for the people who are with us and for the people who will be watching this, because I know you are committed, you really want to get this done. And I'm going to be sharing some really important information on how to get your weight loss goals accomplished and common obstacles to New Year's resolutions so that you can jump over them and get from your goal to permanent success. So New Year's, it's a common time for people to think to themselves, new year, new me. I want to transform. I want to be my better self, my healthier self, my more energized self. And with New Year's resolutions, people frequently pick something they want to do. Again, weight loss is a common resolution, and they say, I want to accomplish this. But the literature and the research shows that by the time it's the middle of January, people often get busy in life, and they forget that the new year happened recently, and either they fall off the path because they've forgotten about the New Year's resolution. It no longer feels like New Year's. Or they're just so busy with all the other things that they're taking care of in life that they lose track of their New Year's resolutions. Or they just didn't have a good path to stay on, and so they fell off of the path. There's actually a date, the second Friday in January, that's been referred to as Quitter's Day. Again, because by the second week in January, people are often so busy with life that they've forgotten the resolutions that they made at the end of December and the beginning of January. And by February, more people have fallen off the track. So I want to share with you some important skills to help you stay on track. And I want you to know that, again, when you have a goal, there's a starting point where you are now. With weight loss, it's what you weigh now, and it's where you want to get to. So what weight do you want to be? How much do you want to lose? That's certainly an important thing that you need to establish. It's also helpful to think about an estimated amount of time for your goal. What do you think is a time frame that you'd like to accomplish this? And again, time frames may vary somewhat. You may have a particular goal. Sometimes it takes a little longer or a little less time. But it is helpful to keep in mind what a time frame might be. So I want to discuss two types of goals that's really important to know. And one I talk about are called physical and logical goals. These are often the steps and sub-steps that a lot of the classical and traditional weight loss programs lay out. So they'll tell you you need to eat a certain type of food, and you need to not eat certain types of food. I often think this is too rigid and too limited to be realistic, and I'm going to be talking about that, but I'm using this as an example so you understand what the physical and logical goals are. So these programs will tell you, you should eat this type of food, you shouldn't eat that type of food, you need to go to the gym X days a week. They'll lay out the rules, and they'll tell you this will bring you to your weight loss. And then there are emotional and thinking steps and sub-steps that have to support the physical and logical goals. And those go something like this. Let's say you've had a busy day at work, and it's the end of the day, and you're supposed to go to the gym. And you think to yourself, I've had such a stressful day today at work. I'm so tired. I just don't feel like I'm not going to the gym. I'm going home. And you end up going home, and you're scrolling through your phone, and before you know it, you put Netflix on, and you end up not having physical activity. And that's an example that shows you need not only the physical and logical steps to achieve a goal. This time we're talking about weight loss. You've had those laid out, but you also need emotional and thinking steps and sub-steps to support goals. If you don't, it's a common reason why the pathway that you might plan doesn't actually happen. And most weight loss programs just give you the factual, the physical and logical rules, the steps that they need you to do. They don't support you. They don't align in your momentum, your motivation, your drive, your interest, and your ability really to accomplish all of the steps. And when your EAT skills, the sub-steps, when you're eating, when your emotional and thinking skills don't align, it's a problem with the pathway. I'm going to be talking more about how to handle this. I want you to understand the two types so you understand why a lot of the pathways don't work and why you may be feeling that you don't succeed with these programs. And I always tell people when they come to me, it really wasn't your fault if you didn't succeed with this program because it was unrealistic for you. They didn't provide you with the emotional and thinking skills to accomplish what they wanted, or what they wanted you to do was so unrealistic that you couldn't stay on such a limited pathway, such a limited plan. So again, and the PAL skills and sub-steps, I call them PALs, physical and logical steps and skills. The emotional and thinking skills, the EAT skills, I call them EATs. And if you don't have the emotional and thinking skills aligned, they may eat up your goals. They may keep you from getting where you want to go. So I tell all the people who come to me who want to reach goals like weight loss, we need to find a program and give you support so that you have confidence that you can achieve the PAL goals and steps as well as the EAT so that you can have a clear pathway and reach your success. Again, very often it's because nobody gives you the ability to use your emotional and thinking skills to succeed in the steps they've laid out. Again, if you experience stress eating or comfort food eating, and you've had a difficult day or you're going through a difficult time period, these plans don't tell you, they don't help support you. If you experience sugar cravings, they don't tell you what to do if your body is calling for sugar. And that's not your fault. You need to be taught how to handle sugar cravings. So any weight loss program has to address that for you. Otherwise, a program is not realistic. It doesn't resonate with your needs, with your habits. I tell people, don't sign up, don't waste your money with these one-size-fits-all programs that are filled with the PAL goals and steps, but don't give you any reasonable way of succeeding. I tell people, stop putting your money into those. Stop putting effort and feeling guilty that you didn't succeed. It is not your failure. It's the program's failure. And I encourage people, when you're evaluating a program, you want to make sure that they support and give you some physical steps, but they also support your emotional needs and give you a plan of what to do if you find that you experience stress, and we all experience stress in our lives. What if you are a person who has sugar cravings? Any weight loss plan has to have a segment to teach you to eliminate sugar cravings. Or if you habitually do overeating, or if you experience some forms of binging, you need a program that deals with that, not just the physical steps of eating less, or eating only high fat or low fat, or only high carbs or low carbs. That's such a limited area, many of these programs. So I tell people, you need the PAL steps and sub-steps, you need the EAT, or those will eat up your success. So I want to talk about some of the obstacles towards weight loss goals that people encounter and experience, so that I can help support you and understand, again, why it's not your fault if you've experienced some challenges with programs, and what to look for to fulfill what you need. So when I think about obstacles for getting from where you are to where you want to go, to achieving permanent weight loss, you need a confident pathway. You need your PALs and your EATs. And sometimes, if the PALs are so rigid, so strict, so limited, I call that pathway so slippery. It's just a matter of time before people fall off that pathway. It was so slippery. Again, I tell people it wasn't your fault if you didn't succeed with that diet plan, because even people who work long-term and get success eventually fall off, and then they often regain the weight. Again, a slippery slope. Other obstacles, again, if the pathway is unrealistic, impractical, or not sustainable. If you sign up with a program that tells you to go to the gym 3 times a week after work, and you're not a person who loves the gym, and you don't think it's going to be realistic for you to do this, and you don't have the emotional and thinking skills, which most of us in that type of situation probably wouldn't, then that is not a realistic pathway for you. And I tell many of the clients who come to me, you don't have to go to the gym or exercise with equipment. There are a lot of dancing programs, a lot of yoga, a lot of walking, fast walking, a lot of jogging, a lot of hiking. There are many different types of movement. There's sitting movement, seated yoga. There are so many different programs. And what I do when I work with my clients is I work to find the right exercise, the right type of movement, and the right frequency that's reasonable and realistic for your life. Now, I know that my clients, people that I work with, not only want to lose weight. If all they wanted to do was lose weight, and that was the only thing they had to do in life, they could do it because it was the only thing. But most people have busy lives. They're working. Some have families and responsibilities, both to their work and their family or their communities, or a wider range of family members. And Some are taking care not only of their kids and family, but sometimes of other family members, and are very involved in community activities. So again, weight loss goals have to fit in with your lives, because if they take over your life, it's not sustainable. All the gears have to work together, and that's part of the EATs of helping you stay committed so that you're able to be committed. So it's not just discipline. Discipline is not realistic if a program is not realistic, if a program is not practical. You can't be disciplined with something that's unrealistic. You need a program that's realistic, and you need the support of the EATs to help you along. So how do you get the EATs if you don't feel like you have the skills yourself? Very often it is helpful to have a guide, an expert, somebody who's done this before and helped people. And often when I just mention the emotional and thinking goals, some people will say, you know what, now I'm getting it. I think I can do that. And that's great. If you can do that, these are skills that I want you to have. If you feel that you don't have the EATs yet, I am happy to have a conversation with you about how I could support you, and that might be just a conversation to clarify how you can build your own EAT skills. It might be something more involved in working with groups with me, or more involved if you're interested in working one-to-one with me. And I do have some scholarships available for the beginning of the year, so that may be helpful to you as well. I don't often have scholarships available later in the year. So if you are thinking about needing support, if you want some realistic support, and again, when you work with me, you will not have any of these extreme, rigid programs, these fad programs, these programs that expect you to starve and deprive yourself and feel hungry. You will never feel hungry on my programs, because that is a slippery slope. People cannot stay on any program where they feel hungry. You will also be assured that whatever your habits are that are keeping you holding weight, whether it's sugar cravings or stress eating or comfort eating or general habitual overeating or variations of binge eating, you can be sure you will have as part of your program how to eliminate those habitual programs forever, so you get them out of your life and you are in control of choosing foods. But sugar cravings, urges, physical urges, stress urges no longer control you. Again, that's part of the EATs, the emotional and thinking steps and sub-steps to support you in making choices in your life. So I'm really excited for you. And the other thing I want to tell you is that when you learn the difference and how to create PAL goals and EAT goals, it helps you not just for weight loss, but for other goals in your life, because we're always trying to create goals from where we are to where we want to get, to create our best lives. And I want to help you do that as well. So sometimes when I work with some people, we not only create a weight loss goal, but we talk about other goals in life, like work goals or relationship goals or financial goals or goals for your home or your community. We can talk about other goals in your life and how to align your PAL and EAT goals to be a high achiever in your life, to become a high achiever, a super achiever, to really learn to meet goals in your life. And again, weight loss is a primary element of that. But when you learn to reach goals for weight loss with my program. It really teaches you how to build goals and how to build success in life. And many of my people that I work with become what I call really high achievers and super achievers, not just in weight loss, but in life, in their work and in their life experience as well. So I'm so excited that it's New Year's. I'm so excited for the success that I feel for so many people out there. Let's make this the year that you achieve your permanent weight loss, that you can take this off of your list and move forward with groups of goals and really achieve this year. Let's make this your best year, and let's create your best life, your healthiest life, your happiest life. So make sure you join me here each week at our regular time in Facebook. If you are watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe so that you can get all of my information. And feel free to reach out to me. I will put my calendar in the chat so you can find it. I will put it, if you're watching this in Facebook, you'll find it in the description of our group. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I will put it in the description underneath where you were watching. So I'm so excited. I'm excited for your upcoming success and to make this the year that you achieve your goals. So let's talk soon.